Oliver packed up his things. It was time to go. He had procrastinated going back for far too long. He told himself that he needed time to figure out a plan, but he never ended up putting any plan together. He knew that if he didn't go right now, he would have no other chance. The lack of food and an accuser finding him did force his hand, but he knew it was time either way. Oliver focused his mind as he began to trek back to Altoston. He thought about his wife, remembering her face and her voice. He remembered Miss Abby, his loyal maid and caring woman. And finally, he remembered his little daughter, Lydia. Oh, how he loved her. Oliver felt embarrassed for waiting so long. At least he had the opportunity to meet Alexander. He did help him learn how to use a gun. This has helped him protect himself. Nevertheless, Oliver felt a sense of guilt. However, he turned his guilt into motivation. He will get his family back, no matter the cost. Oliver was prepared for whatever it takes. Oliver made sure to keep the book in his pocket for safekeeping. He had studied it while he stayed in the wilderness and learned a lot about it. He learned about the history of the accusers, as well as their ultimate goal. Their goal shocked Oliver. It was much simpler than he thought it could be. There was one line that summarized their goal for Oliver. It all to exalt man to a sense of control, a place of controlled order by telling himself he lives in chaos. As Oliver got closer to Altoston, he found a gun store and stocked up on bullets. He also bought for himself another pistol. He had never bought a gun before, and he had to do a quick background check. But the owner of the store made sure to help Oliver out to understand everything. Oliver appreciated his help. He continued his way to Altoston. It was a long walk, but because of motivation, it was not a long walk. Soon he saw the city. He recognized the sign, "Welcome to Altoston." He remembered it so well. It brought back many memories for him seeing that sign. The buildings, the trees, the air, all gave him the feeling of Altoston. On one hand, it was relaxed, but on the other hand, it put him on edge. However, as he got closer to Altoston, he realized there were cameras, security cameras that were watching him. They were on light poles, walls, and even on the ground. Oliver hid behind a bush, out of sight from all of these cameras. He hoped no one saw him. Lucky for Oliver, someone did see him. Olivia spotted him. She was in the security room at the time Oliver got right outside of Altoston. Once she saw a figure, she took a closer look. Was it Oliver? Was it really him? After a moment, and before Oliver hid away, Olivia was able to get a good look at him. It really was Oliver. "Oh, Oliver, I'm so happy you're here. Let me help you out," Olivia whispered to herself as she turned off the security system like she did before. Incredibly excited, she carefully got out of the security room in the police station. She had to tell Miss Abby and Lydia that he was on his way. Finally, he had arrived. She had to prepare the house and pack up what is needed. They're going to escape. Oliver stayed put behind the bush for a little bit. After a while, he looked over. The cameras had been turned off. They were no longer moving around and looked off. Had they been turned off? Oliver carefully stood up, looking to see if the cameras would reawaken. They did not. Oliver carefully left his hiding spot, walking towards Altoston. Oliver began to sprint, taking advantage of the moment. As he ran closer and closer, he made sure that his guns were ready. He expected to see guards at any moment, and he was right. Quick, it's Mayor Carnegie," came a voice. Oliver looked back. It was guards. He raised his gun at the man who spoke and shot. He fell down. Oliver continued to sprint. He came across a few more guards running at him. Oliver shot them down one by one. He continued to sprint. As Oliver continued to run in Altoston, he got to the main street. He stopped, trying to figure out what to do next. He suddenly heard a voice behind him. "Oliver!" Oliver looked back. It was Olivia. "Olivia!" he called. He ran over to her. He noticed she had been running too. Oh, it had been so long. Oliver, I'm so glad you're here. Quick, follow me. I'll show you where everyone else is. Oliver nodded. Oh, he was so happy to see her. They ran down Main Street and took a left into a neighborhood. A bunch of guards showed up, blocking the way. Keep running, Olivia, I got this, Oliver said. He grabbed both of his guns and shot each of the guards. They didn't have enough time to react. One had enough time but missed his shot. Oliver didn't give him enough time to shoot another time. Oliver continued to follow Olivia. They came up to a nice and quaint house. Several guards surrounded the house. Oliver stopped, not sure what to do. Oliver quickly shot one, giving them the opportunity to get inside. Olivia quickly locked the door behind them as the other guards noticed what happened. They grabbed their guns and started pointing them at the house. Get out now! Stop! We will break the door down! Shouted the guards on the outside. Olivia showed Oliver inside. There was Miss Abby. Oh, how Oliver loved Miss Abby. She was always so sweet. Hello, Miss Abby, Oliver said. Miss Abby came over and hugged him. Oh, Mayor Carnegie, you are finally here. I'm so glad you came back, she said. I've waited too long, but I'm glad to be back. We are very happy that you are here, said Olivia. Thank you. I believe that today will be the day that we will finally be free. Is that you, Daddy? Came a little voice. Oliver looked down. It was Lydia. He went down and hugged her tight. Yes, it is me, my girl. Daddy's back. And I'm here to help you all out, okay? Okay, Daddy. I love you so much. I love you too, Lydia. As Oliver was hugging Lydia, the book against the accusers fell out of his pocket. Oliver picked it up, contemplating how this one book had changed so much of his life. His entire world was flipped upside down because of this book. The book that exposed the accusers. The book that a seemingly crazy man died, giving it to Oliver. Maybe there could be a way for Oliver to use the book against the accusers. Oliver noticed the guards outside were still yelling. They didn't have much time left. They needed a way to escape. But how? Oliver tried to figure out a way to do it. Okay, Oliver, what's the plan? Asked Olivia.